Hello. I have had this question a few times. Can someone who has achieved a certain level of liberation, or between commas, enlightenment, fall again into a state of egotism? And my answer is actually yes. But I will explain what I mean. I'm 70 and I've lived with uh, yogis and enlightened people and pursuing the path of spirituality through many venues, both Eastern and Western, since the age of 17, where I went to live in India for 7 years and I lived with yogis and so forth. So in this journey, I have met many people that, or quite a few, that have gone through some major experiences of inner transformation, quite vital and important ones, like discovering our being of awareness, the oneness with love, and so forth. Discovering you are not that which is happening within you, but you are the awareness in which it happens. So it really does baffle, isn't it? When you think, when there has been some major change of perception, that still this desire of being right, of labeling oneself as enlightened, and giving certificates to others of being enlightened and go and preach for them, can still occur. So I remember one of my teachers, great teachers, and he's someone who was had gone quite a distance, say to me, okay, I went into pure awareness, describing it, and then going into this state, that state. And at one point, one day, he said, and then after that, there is the pure zero, the pure no thing. But that is something, somewhere, where I stopped. Somehow, there was a certain, not fear, but it was like, oh, nothing is happening there. Nothing matters. And for a moment, it felt to him that it was not a place he wanted to be in. And this kind of thing, this kind of state, I have met it so many times. Traveling around, meeting people and so forth. And what does it mean? So you have this awakening of some sort, and there can be different type of awakening. Different people have different ones and they think that it is the one. But it is a long topic, and I've made other videos in the subject. I will post the link to them. So there is this awakening, and a very subtle ego comes in saying, I have become awakened. This is something else. And then, the desire to be followed, to be heard. And of course, there is a time where people might come to you and ask you things. But you have to be very careful, because this desire of having a following, admiring people looking to you with really sweet eyes, like, and you're looking very, very realized, can easily occur. So there is an I that still at those very high levels can sometime come into existence, and like a virus, it takes over the immune system, pretending not to be there and to be just one of you. So, and this is very difficult to realize, because the person denies it. No. I have had an experience where there is no more self. So how can a no self create a self? That is very important. If you could really follow me there. For this very reason, the person becomes unable to see where they have stumbled. I have now discovered that there is no self, and I'm in a state of pure awareness, no self. So I don't need reflection, I don't need to examine my psyche, I don't need any psychotherapy of any form, because there is no I to examine. And I am now enlightened. So what else can go wrong? So this is what, unfortunately, if not a fall, but it becomes a blockage from going anywhere else ahead. So after these various experiences, and where people think that there is nothing else left to achieve, nowhere else left to go, let me just point out, if this is of interest to you, that this 0 point is very important. And what does it mean? It just simply means something very simple. I'm not going to make it too complex at the moment. It just means that you slowly drop this personality who has become enlightened and who has achieved something called enlightened, and that somehow it makes you different and special. Do you understand what I mean? It means you're very happy being a nobody. And actually, that becomes your greatest joy. And in the midst sometime of the difficulties and the turmoils of life, you're always happy to go to that nothingness of nobody. But I'm not talking of a very mystic nobody. I'm just talking of simplicity. Then from that no thing, many things can arise. The knowledge of pure awareness, a tremendous love, a tremendous peace. But you're resting in this thing that there is nobody clasping at that. That actually you're nothing that special. Life is special. But I know it can be difficult for people to realize and people to move into, because it's so beautiful to have an enlightened high. It gives a great satisfaction. So I really hope this talk for some of you one day will be of some use. When you are on a certain path, there might be maybe a little sparkle that will, awaken in you, and you'll find this talk useful, as I have found the talks of other people very useful, and I'm glad they recorded them. So, have a very nice life, be a nobody, going nowhere, but at the same time then you can be all things and going everywhere. But you are not clasping, you are not creating an immovable ego, an enlightened ego, yet an ego. Thank you.